This week on Vallo Vision News, new details in the investigation of a deadly officer-involved shooting at the Galleria. Hear what Hoover PD is saying about the man killed by an officer on Thanksgiving night, and how his parents are calling for justice.
And does Torch Toyota help to get people to safety in the deadly California wildfires? See why Toyota wants to put the truck on display and what they're doing for its owner.
Plus, getting tricked into shopping, while researchers say overspending isn't entirely your fault this holiday season. Vallo Vision News starts right now. Hello, and welcome to Vallo Vision News. I'm Khalil Kyles.
And I'm Stephanie Michael. Thanks so much for joining us for our final newscast of 2018.
An update today in the investigation into a fatal officer-involved shooting at the River Chase Galleria on Thanksgiving night.
Shots were fired Thursday inside the mall, injuring 2 people. This video was posted to Facebook showing the chaos as shoppers ran to evacuate the Galleria. Officers responded to the scene, shooting 21-year-old Emantic Bradford Jr. to death. But hours later, Hoover PD said that Bradford was not the shooter after all, and that the gunman is still on the loose. Monday, in a joint statement with the city, Hoover PD says we can say with certainty Mr. Bradford brandished a gun during the seconds following the gunshots, which instantly heightened the sense of threat to approaching police officers responding to the chaotic scene. Now, Bradford's family is calling for accountability and justice, and his parents say police have still not contacted them personally.
My Thanksgiving will never be the same. I'll never be able to see my son's face again, or to look into his eyes, or to hear him say, "Mom, I love you." No one has even reached out to us in any type of way.
You should just obviously do that to a parent and let that parent know, hey, my condolences, I'm sorry, we made a mistake. That's all I wanted to say. You know, just come out and call me as mother and say, hey, Ms. Bradford, can we sit down and have a talk?
Hoover PD says the officer that shot Bradford is on leave. Body camera footage has been turned over to state investigators.
Dozens of migrants were arrested on both sides of a U.S.-Mexico border crossing Sunday. Today, President Donald Trump reiterated his call for Congress to fund the construction of a border wall. Kristen Holmes is in Washington with the latest.
Tension on the southern border as thousands of Central American migrants seeking asylum in the U.S. hope to enter the country through Mexico. An escalation Sunday. Border Patrol agents firing tear gas at migrants, including women and children, after a protest devolved into chaos. Wow! Hundreds of migrants overwhelming Mexican police and blockades, attempting to enter the country illegally.
The group immediately started throwing rocks and debris at our agents, taunting the agents. And we had 2 or 3 agents at a time initially facing hundreds of people at a time. They deployed tear gas to protect themselves and to protect the border.
No one wants any border officer to be in danger, but from what we know, this was an overuse of force. I mean, there are women and children out there. Using tear gas in this situation does not seem justified.
U.S. officials arresting dozens, shutting down the busiest port of entry along its Mexico border. President Trump seizing on the unrest.
Mexico wants to see if they can get it straightened out, but we've, during certain times, as you know, closed the border. They're not coming into the United States. They will not be coming in.
But not all Republicans support a border shutdown.
We would prefer that we keep it open, so let's work really hard to make sure we're addressing the asylum seekers before they actually come over the border.
In Washington, I'm Kristen Holmes reporting.
U.S. Health and Human Services reports a record 14,000 immigrant children are now living in U.S. detention camps and shelters. That's up from the 2016 monthly average of 4,000 to 9,000 children. Health and Human Services says the high number of detained children is because of Trump administration policies to, quote, reduce risk and increase safety. Children separated under Trump's so-called zero-tolerance policy account for less than 200 of the reported 14,000 reported.
An intense winter storm has more than 10 million people across the Midwest under a blizzard warning. From the plains to the Midwest, some people could see up to 10 inches of snow. High winds and snow canceled about 2,000 flights Monday, with more than 800 of those cancellations and delays in Chicago. The storm is now targeting the Northeast, where more than 18 million people are under winter weather advisories and warnings. About 24 million people are under flood or flash flood watches, including people in New York City and Philadelphia. Cyber Monday just keeps getting bigger, and with the numbers we've seen so far about online holiday sales, we could see some records set today. According to the National Retail Federation, 75 million people are expected to take advantage of the internet bargains on Cyber Monday. Karen Kafa is inside a busy Amazon distribution center in New Jersey with a closer look.
Shoppers at a crowded mall make it a little bit easier to visualize Black Friday than you might be able to visualize Cyber Monday. So we are in the middle of an Amazon distribution center. They have about 110 of these across the country, all very busy fulfilling those Cyber Monday orders. Of course, Amazon not the only one aiming to get a piece of Cyber Monday sales. The online sales numbers from Thanksgiving and Black Friday have a lot of retailers very optimistic.
The finale to a blockbuster frenzy of sales, Cyber Monday is capping off a 5-day stretch that started on Thanksgiving Day with shoppers hungry for deals.
The biggest shopping days of the year, or at least during the holiday season, have been what we call the Turkey 5. And those are those 5 popular shopping days kicking off on Thanksgiving and running through Cyber Monday.
And the season is off to a fast start. Retail sales in-store and online on Black Friday totaled $23 billion, according to projections by MasterCard, an increase of 9% over the same day last year. The solid economy putting pressure on individual retailers to perform, but they have to know what consumers want.
You see the bricks and mortar retailers are doing a buy online, pick up in store, or buy in store and deliver at home, so they're using digital strategies.
Numbers from Adobe Analytics showed a sharp increase over last year in online sales on Thanksgiving, up 29% to $3.7 billion, and Black Friday, up nearly 24% to a record $6.2 billion. Cyber Monday gives the traditional retailers like Target, Walmart, Macy's, and more a chance to battle e-tail giants like Amazon on their turf.
We get ready for this all year long, and while we're busy day in and day out delivering for customers, the holiday season is a big time for us.
Last year on Cyber Monday, Amazon moved 83 million items through their warehouses like this one. That calculates that down to about 960 items per second. They are hoping to top that even this year. And lots of retailers have some big ideas on their mind today in terms of online sales. Adobe Analytics forecasting $7.8 billion in Cyber Monday sales today. That would be a 17% jump over last Cyber Monday. In Robbinsville, New Jersey, I'm Karen Kafa.
As you go out shopping over the next few weeks, you'll no doubt see and hear the Salvation Army bell ringers and their bright red kettles. But the largest nonprofit fundraising campaign in the nation isn't taking in what it used to. Bell ringers say that donations are down because many people don't carry cash anymore. Now bell ringers are handing out cards with a website printed on them to people who are only carrying plastic and want to donate.
The campfire in Northern California is now 100% contained. Butte County officials made the announcement Sunday morning. The campfire started November 8th. It killed at least 85 people and is now considered to be California's deadliest fire. It scorched more than 153,000 acres, roughly the size of Chicago. Some 249 people are still unaccounted for. More than 500 commercial buildings and more than 13,000 homes were destroyed, mostly in the town of Paradise. Toyota is helping out a California man whose truck was severely burned while trying to escape the campfire. This is Alan Pierce's old Toyota Tundra. Pierce used that truck to evacuate patients and staff from the hospital where he works as a registered nurse. He then tried to get out of the town of Paradise himself, only to deal with traffic gridlock. Pierce says that nearly cost him his life. Once Toyota heard about Pierce's story, they gave him a brand new truck last week. And the automaker has offered to take the old truck off Pierce's hand and display it in their showrooms to show off its durability. Instagram says it's cracking down on inauthentic likes, follows, and comments from accounts that use third-party apps to falsely inflate popularity. The company said it built machine learning tools to help detect and remove fake popularity boosting and started using them last week. In a blog post, Instagram said it's part of an effort to maintain an authentic social media platform.
This Tuesday, November 27th, get into the holiday spirit with UM's Concert Choir and Festival Brass Quintet. The concert will take place at American Village starting at 7:30 p.m. and is expected to last until 9 p.m. Tickets will be sold at the door, $10 for adults and $5 for seniors and UM faculty, staff, and students. For more information, visit montevallo.edu. Montevallo's annual Christmas parade is this Thursday. Floats will begin lining up at Montevallo High School at 4:30, and the parade will start making its way down Main Street at 6. Be sure to bundle up that night. The temperature is predicted to be in the 50s Thursday evening. Local churches are helping feed hungry UM students. On Wednesday
nights at 5:30, St. Thomas opens its doors for Mass, followed by a free home-cooked meal. The church says that many students take part in the weekly service and supper.
Good home-cooked meal. Our parishioners from St. Thomas home make everything every week, so it's really good.
Students can also get a free meal on Thursday as part of the Open Table Ministry. Several local churches team up to provide free lunch on Thursdays from 11:30 to 1 at Forbes House behind Napier Hall. Volunteers prepare enough food to feed about 50 students. And if you're not religious, volunteer Don Blakely says there's nothing to worry about.
We don't ask you to pray before your meal. There's no lessons, there's no videos or anything like that you have to watch. There's no, preconceived religion-based activities. It's just meet, greet, and eat. That's it.
You can read more about both of these stories on our website, vallovisionnews.wordpress.com.
Remember, there's always more news 24/7 on our social media pages.
Just search for ValloVision News on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for more stories throughout the week. Still ahead on ValloVision News, you've heard of Build-A-Bear, but what about Build-A-Baby? See the controversial science that could help you customize your kids.
Plus, it's the circle of life. The Lion King is being reborn. We've got a look at the trailer coming up later in The Buzz. We'll be right back.
Your success depends upon effective communication. Visit montevallo.edu/COFA. You create your future in communication studies and mass communication. You belong at Montevallo.
Welcome back to ValloVision News. Now it's time for health headlines. Cigarette boxes sold in the U.S. will now come with court-ordered statements specifying the harmful health effects of smoking. Tobacco brands must put the so-called corrective statements on packaging.
The statements are the result of a lawsuit filed nearly 2 decades ago. Tobacco companies began running corrective statements in the newspapers and on TV last year. With holiday shopping in full swing, you may be tempted to splurge, but according to experts, overspending when you hit the store may not be entirely your fault.
In today's Health Minute, Kim Hutcherson explains how stores can use mind games to get you to open up your wallet.
And make a holiday budget full of determination to stick to our priorities. But if those good intentions go down the drain, it might not be your fault. As holiday shopping revs into full gear, here's a look at some of the tricks companies play to get you to buy more. Number 1, putting out alluring scents. Research shows shoppers tend to purchase more premium products in stores with warm scents like vanilla and cinnamon. Number 2, mood music. Research suggests music and background noise may influence shopping habits. A study out of Beijing found shoppers in stores with fast-paced music were more likely to make impulse purchases. Number 3, grouping. Products placed together like a set seem to make shoppers more willing to impulsively buy the items in the display, even if they don't need them. And beware, these tricks aren't limited to brick-and-mortar stores. Online retailers use technology to track your spending habits so they can tailor their advertising with items curated specifically for you. For today's Health Minute, I'm Kim Hutcherson.
A Chinese scientist says he has created the world's first genetically edited babies. This doctor says he altered the DNA of twin girls to make them resistant to HIV. The twins' genetic codes were supposedly edited while they were still embryos.
The scientists' claim have not been independently verified nor peer-reviewed. If true, the procedure would raise significant ethical questions around gene editing and so-called designer babies.
Coming up on The Buzz, stuffing your face isn't quite over yet. It's National Cake Day.
We'll be right back.
Gain art school experience with a liberal arts education at the University of Montevallo. Visit montevallo.edu/COFA. Create your future in art. You belong at Montevallo.
Welcome back to Vallo Vision News. Now it's time for the buzz.
Michaela joins us now for a look at stories that we're buzzing about. Michaela?
How are you guys doing?
Great.
Good.
Good. Well, let's get started. The U.S. box office had a great Thanksgiving weekend, the highest crossing on record. A big part of that success came thanks to Ralph Breaks the Internet. The sequel to Disney's Wreck-It Ralph took this top spot and made an estimated $84.5 million over the extended holiday weekend. Another big moneymaker, this weekend, Creed 2, the sequel to the 2015 original, earned an estimated $55.8 million over 5 days. That's the most money a live-action film has ever made on Thanksgiving. Rounding out the top three, The Grinch with just over $30 million. According to ComScore, the 5-day Thanksgiving weekend brought in a record-setting $314 million in the U.S. We're getting our first look at Disney's live-action CGI remake of The Lion King. Disney released the first trailer for the movie Thursday. In its first 24 hours, the trailer got more than 224 million views. It's a remake of the beloved 1994 animated film of the same name, and it features James Earl Jones reprising his role as the voice of Mufasa from the original. Other stars lending their voices to the new movie include Donald Glover, Beyonce, Seth Rogen, and John Oliver. The new version of The Lion King will hit us theaters next July. Okay, Khalil, go ahead. I know you're excited for Beyonce.
Okay, can I be honest with you two real fast?
Always.
Absolutely.
I've actually never seen the original Lion King movie.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I am disappointed.
And I'm not excited about this one just because Beyonce is voicing one of the Nala, one of the characters. I'm excited because it's live action, and I'm really excited to see what they're going to do with a live action Lion King movie.
Yeah, it looks like it was shot really well.
Mm-hmm. Well, you have to promise to watch the 1994 version before it comes out.
I guess I will.
I'm super excited for this. I mean, I've been a Lion King fan forever, especially because, you know, my nickname is Mufasa, but you know, the hair. But I'm super excited to see what Disney's bringing with these new live action movies.
I'm ready for it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Grab a plate and fork, it's National Cake Day. Cake is a longtime favorite treat for a wide variety of events like bridal showers, wedding receptions, and of course, birthday parties. There are thousands of flavors of cakes, so there are plenty of kinds to choose from. And when it's time to chow down, many people like to add another favorite dessert item, ice cream, to their plate. So whatever your flavor, grab a slice and enjoy. What's your guys' favorite type of cake?
Red velvet.
Red velvet?
I love chocolate anything.
Chocolate? Why red velvet?
I mean, the cake itself is chocolate cake basically, but the the cream and all of that, it's just really sweet. Mm-hmm. But like you said, I'm a fan of chocolate cake too. Yeah. It doesn't matter. I just love cake.
Stephanie, are you a chocoholic?
I am a chocoholic.
Okay, well, good news. We have a cake to celebrate National Cake Day,
Wonderful.
And it's chocolate. And we're going to celebrate our very last newscast.
That's all the time we have for today's show. Remember, there's more campus and community news on our website.
Just head over to vallovisionnews.wordpress.com to see stories from mass communication student reporters throughout the week. Thanks for watching this semester.
We'll see you again next semester. Good luck on your finals and have a very happy holiday season.